Hey there, it's Potential 616 back again with some more comic reviews, and yeah, well, my hair's gone, but hey, it's too hot for long hair, I suppose. Anyway, let's get started. I'm going to try and get through some comic books quite quickly, so I'll be quite brief. Shadowland 1 of 5. This is a great introductory issue. Now, a bit pissed off with Marvel. They said, obviously that'd be the end of Marvel's big crossovers and stuff, and what do we get? A big crossover. To be fair, this isn't really crossing over into regular titles. It is Thunderbolts, but I think that's about it. It's just like a stream of sort of one-shots and mini-series to go with it. And also the Daredevil series itself, obviously. But all that aside, this is a great introductory issue. I hate to say I don't like criticising people's artwork, but I didn't think much of the cover, and especially in comparison to Billy Tan's interior artwork, because his interior artwork is brilliant, really good stuff. So yeah, basically the premise is Daredevil's taken over the Hand, evil organisation. He hopes to change it, but it's kind of changing him. The other hero's a bit nervous about all of this. Bullseye breaks out of jail, breaks out of sort of this transport or whatever, and goes to fight Daredevil, and there's some good fighting, there's some good stuff. And it looks like Bullseye is finally going to get out his comeuppance in this, which, it's a good choice. Obviously, with the history of Daredevil and Bullseye, they can have a confrontation. But having that character, basically, spoiler alert, it looks like Daredevil kills Bullseye at the end of this. Now, with this whole storyline of, is Daredevil evil or good, or is killing wrong, it's a good idea to have Bullseye as that character who kills, obviously because of the history, but because Bullseye's done such evil shit lately, especially with that stuff with the Sentry's wife, it's it puts the reader in a bit of a grey area, because they see Daredevil kill him and they're not like, oh no, Daredevil's crossing the line. They're more like, good, he killed that fucking bastard because you're not a wanker, Do you know what I mean? But yeah, this is a great introductory issue. Some really good dialogue here with the heroes, a bit worried about the situation, and basically this lays the foundation for a very good premise. A hero with a lot of power over men rather than superhuman power, and whether it's going to corrupt him or not, and his superhero colleagues, their reaction to it. And yeah, it's really good. I really recommend this, and hopefully, and from the impression I get from this, you'll be able to get just this mini-series without getting all the add-on titles and whatnot. So I recommend it. Another big crossover, well, at the beginning of one, X-Men #1. Now obviously this isn't going to have the impact of the X-Men #1 in the 90s. I mean, the comic book industry was completely different back then. But this was a decent issue. It's the same writer, Victor Gischler, who did the Death of Dracula comic, which I thought very highly of. And it just kind of carries on from that. It's the vampires going after the X-Men. Now, when I first heard that it was going to be, the X-Men versus vampires, my eyes rolled a little bit. I was like, as I think most people did. But they're handling it very well. There's a lot of cool ideas, a lot of out there ideas. They're using the sort of vampire mythos in very different ways. I mean, there's a vampire suicide bomber, sort of killing himself in order to spread the vampire disease, and just a lot of cool ideas like that. The X-Men are all written very well. There's a real sense of sort of community amongst the mutants. I know it sounds a bit silly, but you know what I mean? And we get Wolverine cutting off someone's head, which is always very cool. So once again, as with Shadowland, this lays the foundation for possibly a very good story. It's nice artwork, written very well, and yeah, should be good. Now, there are going to be some other comics to go along with the storyline. Blade, #1, Namor, Storm and Gambit, which I think is just a mini-series, hopefully. X-Men vs. Vampires, which I'm sure is a mini-series as well. Once again, hopefully you'll be able to just get the X-Men comic to get most of the story, but for you completists out there, you're going to have to buy some extra comics. But, you know, there's basically, this performs very well. It's better than its premise. Its premise is X-Men vs. Vampires, but there's more to it than that. And you can tell there's a lot of ideas behind it, and they're gonna, you know, be a bit experimental with stuff. So I do recommend this. This is gonna be good. Right, Marvel Zombies 5, issue 4. It's not a bad title. It's not, you know, the whole Marvel Zombies thing is kind of dragging on a bit, but it's not that bad, but it just doesn't feel relevant anymore. It's a bit of a novelty, and in this issue there's some quite good ideas in this. The zombie virus in this is a computer virus in a world where humans sort of use cybernetic parts and plug themselves in, and it's some cool ideas, and they're presented in a very cool way. It just, the whole zombies thing feels a bit tight, and once again, I hate criticising artists, but the artwork in this, it's cool in parts, and it's very gory. A nice little gory part in it. But a lot of it seems a bit rushed and a bit unfinished. So, I don't know. I don't really recommend this one highly. Sorry. Got time for one more? No, I think I'll leave it at that. I'll be back soon with more videos. Alright, bye.